I caught her red-handed, crouched in my chicken coop like she was picking apples from her own backyard. Lisa, my neighbor, was whispering sweet nothings to my hens, her fingers delicately lifting a fresh egg as if it had her name on it. I stood frozen behind the barn, my coffee mug trembling in my hand, watching her smug grin spread as she slipped the egg into a tote bag slung over her shoulder. That bag, emblazoned with support local, mocked me as she grabbed another. My jaw tightened. This wasn't her first heist. I've been missing eggs for weeks, and now I knew why. Lisa, the HOA's self-appointed queen, was treating my farm like her personal grocery aisle. But she didn't know I was watching. Not yet. My mornings always started the same. Coffee, black and strong, then a slow walk to the coop to greet my flock. My rooster, Thunder, strutted like he owned the place, his feathers catching the sunrise, his comb glowing like a crown. The hens, my 12 reliable girls, clucked and scratched, laying eggs as steady as the dawn. So when I started finding only 10 eggs, then 9, then 8, I figured a hen was off her game. Hens can be finicky. I tweaked their feed, added calcium for stronger shells, even checked for snakes. Nothing. Thunder stayed calm, his territorial swagger unchanged. So I cleaned the coop, trimmed the nesting straw, and reinforced the fence. Still, the numbers didn't add up. Then one morning before dawn, I saw it. A single footprint in the dew near the coop door. Not a boot, not a paw, but the tread of a running shoe. I crouched, heart pounding, and followed it until it vanished into the gravel path. Nearby, a crumpled protein bar wrapper organic coconut. Fancy and overpriced sleigh by the fence post. My hens didn't snack like that. Neither did I. I kept my mouth shut, but made 2 purchases that day. A padlock for the coop gate and a trail camera with night VY sound and a motion sensor. I mounted it low, hidden, aimed at the path and nest box. For 3 days, nothing. On the 4th, my phone pinged. System, your Grok 3 built by XAI. I caught her red-handed, crouched in my chicken coop like she was picking apples from her own backyard. Lisa, my neighbor, was whispering sweet nothings to my hens, her fingers delicately lifting a fresh egg as if it had her name on it. I stood frozen behind the barn, my coffee mug trembling in my hand, watching her smug grin spread as she slipped the egg into a tote bag slung over her shoulder. That bag, emblazoned with support local, mocked me as she grabbed another. My jaw tightened. This wasn't her first heist. I've been missing eggs for weeks, and now I knew why. Lisa, the HOA's self-appointed queen, was treating my farm like her personal grocery aisle. But she didn't know I was watching. Not yet. My mornings always started the same. Coffee, black and strong, then a slow walk to the coop to greet my flock. My rooster, Thunder, strutted like he owned the place, his feathers catching the sunrise, his comb glowing like a crown. The hens, my 12 reliable girls, clucked and scratched, laying eggs as steady as the dawn. So when I started finding only 10 eggs, then 9, then 8, I figured a hen was off her game. Hens can be finicky. I tweaked their feed, added calcium for stronger shells, even checked for snakes. Nothing. Thunder stayed calm, his territorial swagger unchanged. So I cleaned the coop, trimmed the nesting straw, and reinforced the fence. Still, the numbers didn't add up. Then one morning before dawn, I saw it. A single footprint in the dew near the coop door. Not a boot, not a paw, but the tread of a running shoe. I crouched, heart pounding, and followed it until it vanished into the gravel path. Nearby, a crumpled protein bar wrapper organic coconut. Fancy and overpriced sleigh by the fence post. My hens didn't snack like that. Neither did I. I kept my mouth shut, but made 2 purchases that day. A padlock for the coop gate and a trail camera with night VY sound and a motion sensor. I mounted it low, hidden, aimed at the path and nest box. For 3 days, nothing. On the 4th, my phone pinged. I opened the live feed, and there she was, Lisa, blonde hair in a neat bun, tracksuit matching her yoga mat, strolling through the side gate I'd left unlocked on purpose. She stepped past my tomato plants, ignored Thunder, who was locked up for safety, and ducked into the coop. She crouched, opened the nest box, and smiled, plucking 4 eggs like she was doing me a favor. She brushed the feathers gently, whispered, "Thanks, girls," and tucked the eggs into a reusable carton. Then she waved at the hens and sauntered out, glancing toward the camera without knowing it was there. My blood boiled. This wasn't just theft. It was a performance. Lisa was the HOA's golden child. She ran the block parties, moderated the community Facebook page, and once banned wind chimes because they stressed her dog. She'd lecture me about my scarecrow being too creepy for kids. I told her it was my cousin napping in a lawn chair. She didn't laugh. I tried to keep the peace, stayed within HOA lines, let her drama slide. But this? Trespassing, stealing, mocking me on my own land? I was done. I printed a screenshot of her mid-theft and marched to her door. She answered with a smoothie in hand, all smiles. I handed her the picture. She blinked, then laughed. "Oh, come on, Mike. You got plenty. What's a few eggs between neighbors?" I asked if that made it okay. She shrugged. "They're practically community property. I thought you were sharing." I walked away, my plan already forming. No cups, no losots. Just thunder and a whole lot of mornings ahead. At the next HOA meeting, Lisa breezed in, iPad in one hand, reusable cup in the other, her shirt proclaiming good vibes only. I sat in the back, arms crossed, waiting. When the floor opened for concerns, I stood and said someone was stealing from my coop. I had proof. Lisa didn't flinch, just gave me a tight smile. I handed the board a clear image of her holding an egg. The room went silent. She leaned forward. That could be anyone. No timestamp. This is an invasion of privacy. I was ready. I pulled out a county map, GPS coordinates marked. My coop was 10 feet inside my land. Private. Mine. Lisa's face tightened. She spun a tale about wasted eggs and claimed I'd said I had too many. Lies piled up like bad compost. Then she flipped it, claiming thunder attacked her, pecked her ankles, was a dangerous nuisance. Her voice rose, dramatic, as she dabbed her eyes with a napkin. "I just want peace," she said. "He's harassing me." The board tabled it, but Lisa filed a formal complaint against me. Noise, unsafe fencing, aggressive poultry. My headache pulsed. She didn't stop. 2 mornings later, I caught her again, this time with her dog as a decoy, strolling past my fence like it was a morning walk. She slipped through the gate, unlatched the coop, and grinned at a large brown egg like it was a trophy. I watched from the barn, phone recording. Something snapped. This wasn't about eggs anymore. It was disrespect. Principle. I took my EVY Denke to Walter, the HOA president, a fair man with a decade on the board. I showed him VY Deos, maps, audio logs of thunders crowing well below legal limits. He sighed. This has gone too far. He promised to handle it. Off record, he said Lisa's petty complaints, wind chimes, paint colors, even a too tall sunflower had worn everyone thin. I just wanted her off my land. Then it escalated. One morning, the coop gate hung open, the padlock useless. The hens were frantic, straw scattered, one nest box torn apart. Worst of all, a hen was gone. The fence was clipped clean, metal curl back. Someone came prepared. I followed scuff marks to Lisa's flower beds. No feathers, no blood, just absence. My stomach twisted. These weren't just animals. They were my peace, my routine. I called the sheriff, reported a break-in and livestock theft, but without clear footage, they could only take notes. That night, I couldn't sleep, picturing that hen, confused, alone. I upgraded security. Another camera, floodlights, alarm sensors, buried chicken wire. Not Fort Knox, but close. 3 nights later, it happened again. The gate was picked, not cut. 3 eggs gone. The camera caught a hooded figure, but I knew that walk. Lisa. I didn't call the sheriff. I smiled. She thought she was untouchable, but she hadn't met Thunder up close. I trained him with treat scorn, apple sliver stow hide behind a nest box flap, triggered by a latch. He learned fast. I called it the welcome committee. Lisa got bolder, strolling past my fence, even yelling about my trees needing a trim. I nodded, smiled, and hammered the final latch. The trap was set. I baited the nest with extra eggs, left the gate loose, and sat on my porch, coffee in hand, pretending to read. At 6 a.m., my phone pinged. The camera showed Lisa, bag in hand, MOVYing confidently. She opened the gate, stepped inside, and reached into the nest, grinning like she'd won. I hit the latch. The flap snapped open. Thunder exploded out, shrieking like a war horn. Lisa screamed, stumbled, and dropped the eggs, yolk splattering her sweater. Thunder charged, wings wide, claws flashing, not hurting her, but making it clear she wasn't welcome. She scrambled out, tripped, and tumbled into the dirt, feathers in her hair. I stepped off the porch, raised my coffee in a slow toast, and said nothing. She stormed off, yelling about lawsuits and animal control. Thunder strutted, chest puffed, victorious. I uploaded the footage to a private drive. Insurance, not revenge. Yet, Lisa didn't quit. She marched to my yard the next morning, limping, fire in her eyes, screaming about animal control, the sheriff, her lawyer. I let her rant, thunder behind me like a feathered bouncer. Her voice cracked, but she kept going, claiming bruises, scratches, trauma. I said nothing. She stormed off, threats echoing. That evening, a kid delivered an HOA notice. Lisa accused me of harassment, unsafe livestock, and intimidation. Ridiculous, but official. I dressed sharp and went to the HOA's next meeting. Lisa sat there, arms folded, acting wounded. I handed Walter earlier footage Lisa stealing, trespassing, clear as day. The room hushed. She tried to speak. Walter cut her off. Complaints were paused, pinning REVYEW. Lisa looked like she'd swallowed a lemon. Then she filed a sheriff's complaint, claiming I'd trained Thunder to assault her. I called my old military buddy, now a sheriff. He chuckled, asked for VY Deo, and VY cited Lisa. Animal control inspected Thunder, laughed, and called him the healthiest bird they'd seen. One asked for eggs. I gave him a dozen free. The neighborhood Facebook group erupted. Anonymous memes showed Lisa as the yoke bandit, sprinting from Thunder. Comments roasted her. She deleted her profile. But she didn't stop. She came back with a clipboard, claiming to inspect my fence for zoning violations. I filmed her. She left. I emailed the board. Walter suspended her HOA PRIVY Legesno inspections. No power. Lisa, once queen, was just another homeowner. Then she sued me for psychological distress, claiming Thunder traumatized her. In court, she wore a neck brace new since the last meeting. Her lawyer, fresh out of school, looked nervous. My lawyer, Dana, a no-nonsense agricultural law expert, laid out everything. Maps, VY Deos, sheriff's report, HOA complaints. The VY Deo showed Lisa stealing, then startled by Thunder, untouched. Her lawyer claimed I'd posted the memes. No proof. The judge removed his glasses. I see trespassing and an avoidable incident with a rooster defending its territory. No intent to harm. Case dismissed. Lisa gasped, protested. The judge silenced her. Walk away, ma'am. DRI VYing home. I passed Lisa by her mailbox, neck brace gone, furiously typing on her phone. She didn't look up, but the neighborhood shifted. Neighbors VY cited, shared their own Lisa storyish, claimed a garden hose, yelled at kids for scooters. She'd been a thorn for years. The HOA revoked her chairperson role, citing community harmony. Days later, a for sale sign appeared on her lawn. AMO VYing truck came and went. Her house sat empty. Neighbors joked about planting a fruit tree to cleanse it. I stayed quiet, just glad it was over. I added a window to the coop for kids to peek in. Thunder became a mascot. People brought treats, took photos, waved like he was royalty. I hosted an open gate day lemonade, eggs for sale, coop tours. 50 people came. Thunder posed, even tolerated a tiny straw hat for 5 seconds before flapping it off. The photo went VY row. Rooster says no to fashion. The HOA thanked me for community morale and offer a board seat. I declined. I'd take chickens over politics any day. One evening, Walter stopped by, leaned on the fence, and watched Thunder. You did us a favor, he said. I shrugged. Just defended my birds. He handed me a sign. Honorary HOA Security Rooster. I hung it where Thunder could see it. Life settled. The hens laid steady. I found a note under a rock. I was wrong. I lost more than I meant to. Take care of your birds. No signature, but I knew Lisa's handwriting. I kept it, not for forgiveness, but closure. Thunder crowed. marking the moment. A new family moved into Lisa's house: Kyle, Emily, and their daughter June. June ran barefoot, giggling. Kyle brought lemonade, apologized for the MOVY in truck's noise. They'd heard of Thunder's heroics. Emily asked if it was true. Thunder crowed. Question answered. June VY cited daily, offering carrots. Thunder pecked one, and she beamed. I pinned her drawings: Thunder in a cape, eggs with crowns inside the coop. Summer faded to fall. I fixed the coop roof, added a heater, expanded the fence. Everything felt grounded. One evening, I sat on the porch, Thunder beside me. The sky glowed golden. Walter texted, saw the chickens. Place looks great. Thanks for keeping us grounded. I smiled. Justice wasn't loud. It was this, a quiet yard, hens laying, a child feeding a rooster instead of a thief stealing. I checked the coop one last time. The hens were tucked in, Thunder perched high. I whispered, good night, and closed the door. The stars peeked through, the breeze soft. Karen was gone, but her lesson lingered. Respect your neighbors. Stay off their land. And if you don't, a rooster might be waiting.